Hello everyone, Ace here, and today I have some fantastic news from Civilization 7, because it turns out that the developers behind that game have added a revolutionary and stunning new feature to Civilization 7, one that is almost certainly guaranteed to be a game changer. What is that feature, you ask? Well, it turns out that now you can play a single civilization throughout the entire game. You know, a feature that has existed within the franchise right from the very beginning. A feature that was originally removed from Civilization 7. And not only that, but its removal was actually pushed as a selling point. That this Civilization game was going to do things different by forcing you to switch civilizations mid-game over and over again. Despite the fact that historically, the whole selling point of the Civilization games prior was giving you an opportunity to build a singular civilization that could stand the test of time. In other words, Civilization 7 wasn't simply a case of missing the point, it was a case of actively going against the point of the franchise as a whole. It was the Civilization game made for people who hate civilization. This, combined with the usual assortment of bugs that render modern games utterly broken on launch, and often broken for the next 6 months after launch, or in some cases even a full year or two. Yeah, it's not exactly difficult to see why a lot of longtime fans of Civilization weren't exactly thrilled with this latest installment. But this latest update, with that additional context in mind, is more than your usual bug fixes. It's more than restoring features that honestly have always been a core part of Civilization. It is ultimately an admission of defeat by the developers. It is a full realization that their grand plan, their great selling point for Civilization 7, was not only a bad idea, but so catastrophically a bad idea, that now the best way that they have to promote the game is to make it so that you don't have to worry about the original selling point behind the game in the first place. The new selling point for Civilization 7 is the fact that you can now ignore the key feature that was originally pushed by the game. Is this enough to save the game on its own? Maybe people will actually warm up to this game again. I honestly think it needs to do a lot more to win favor from the fandom, and I honestly hope that the fandom also expects more. But this is at the very least a step in the right direction. And if nothing else, it is at least cathartic to see that the idiots that were responsible for this disastrous design change have to openly come out and admit in such a way just how thoroughly they screwed up. This is more than just mere words as well. This is them admitting it through their actions. And as I'm sure a lot of people will agree, I am much more inclined to trust the actions than the words.